The Changer. Written by John Ruland III. Copyrights Jan 1989. Chapter 1 equals a town called Toenditall. The Changer equals John. Day 2 Monday. I heard the birds singing in my window. I got up and looked out. I saw many people moving about, like they had a lot to do. I see wagons go by with lots of stuff in them. Just then the phone rang. I walked over and picked it up and said, "Hello." The voice said, "When you get ready, come down to breakfast, it is almost done." I said, "Okay, it will be about 10 minutes." I said, "That will be fine." I hung up the phone and got dressed. I turned on the TV to see if I can find a weather station, but all I could find is one station. They were talking about cooking. So I turned it off. I guess there is no cable here. I plan to keep busy, so I will not watch much TV anyway. I grabbed everything I had and went downstairs. I did not know where I was going to stay the next night. When I got downstairs, a man come up to me and said, "Are you Jack?" I said, "Yes." He said, "Come with me." I followed him to the dining room and he sat me with someone I did not know. He said, "Hello Jack, I heard you needed a job. I have one maybe you can do. I need someone to drive a team of horses to another town and get supplies and bring them back here. One trip a day, 5 days a week, the pay is $50 per day and free room and board, at my bed and breakfast in town." I said, "Do you have hamburgers and French fries and onion rings there too?" The man looked at me and said, "Of course, we call that the special of the day, and you can have it every day if you want. All 3 meals too." I said, "That will be very good." He said, "My name is Bill." I said, "Okay Bill, sounds good. So when do I start?" Bill said, "You can start this morning. I will send you with Frank this morning so you will know where to go." I said, "That will be fine. Do we have enough time to eat now or can we eat in town? I would like to take everything and put it in the room and sit and eat first and then we can go." He said, "That will be fine, but your meal will be here any second." Just then a waiter come over with 2 plates. We had the same thing we had last night. Wow, I like this place. Burger, fries, and rings. After we got done eating he said, "Want something else?" I said, "That is fine, I am full now. And let us go." We both got up and he paid the bill and we left. When we got outside we walked to an old wagon and a pair of horses. We climbed on and away we went. We followed a stream most of the way to town. When we got to town we went past the town hall and took a right. There was lot of barns and a big inn and looked like a feed store. Bill looked at me and said, "We have the only food store in town. Everyone comes here to buy food. So we can get really busy some days. Frank will be ready to go here pretty soon. Take your things and go to the inn and I will be right there." I grabbed everything I have and jumped down from the wagon and headed to the inn. Just as I got to the door Bill walked up and we both went in. He said, "This is Nancy, my wife, and she runs the inn." He looked at Nancy and said, "I hired Jack to get supplies from Newport and he will need a room." She said, "Okay, just a minute." She turned around and took out one of the keys from a drawer and walked toward me and said, "Room 10, end of hall on the right. Take your things to your room and come right back." I said, "Okay." I picked up my things and went to the room she said. I got to the room and unlocked the door and walked in. It was just a room with a twin bed, dresser, and desk and chair. I put my stuff on the floor and locked the door and headed back to the front desk. Just as I got there, Bill said, "Okay, ready for you first day?" I said, "Let's go." We left and went to the stables. He said, "Every morning about 8 o'clock come down here and the team will be ready for you to head out. Check everything to make sure it is all right. Pick up the paperwork at the office before you leave. To make sure you pick up the right stuff at the right place. In Newport there is 5 places we go to get goods, so there might be all 5 places on the list for the day. so look at the invoice to see where you have to go. It is about 2 hours there and almost 3 back, because you will want to rest the horses more on the way back, you will be loaded. So take your time, don't overwork the horses and you will be fine. Okay, here comes Frank and I guess he is ready to go. I said, okay, let's go. I got onto the wagon and Frank got in and away we went. We went the same way we come into town and went past John's place and just keep going. It is pretty county here, with streams, and all the flowers, and all the trees we went by. It did not take Frank much time to get to Newport. We come into town and we stopped at the first place in town, the feed store. He jumped down and went inside, soon he come out with some stuff. I helped him put all it in the wagon. He got in and said, we have 4 more stops and we can head back. Some days you will have a full load and others you will have half a load. It varies every day. Rain or shine, holiday or not, you will run every day. I said, that is fine with me, I don't have anything else to do anyway. We stopped at the other 4 places and headed back. We only had a little over half a load today. So it was not too bad. We stopped and let the horses rest a few minutes every 5 or 6 miles or so. We got back and it was almost dark. We pulled in and they flagged us down and said, to go to the stables and pull in the barn. Just as we pulled into the barn, Frank said, I will unload this, you go to the inn and nowhere else. I said, okay I won't. I walked out the door and went straight to the inn and went inside. Nancy said, you must be hungry, supper will be ready here in no time, so go and wash your hands and come and sit down. Maybe by then it will be ready. I went to the bathroom and washed my hands and went out and sat down. Just then Frank come in and sat down. The first thing Sally said was, Frank, go and wash up for supper. Frank mumbled something and got up left. When he came back and just sat down she brought out the meal. Hamburgers, fries, rings again, I said, to myself, I like this. As we ate, Frank said, if you ever get in at dusk, or after dark, go to the stable and just drive in like we did today and go straight to the inn. I asked no questions after that. I really did not want to know. Then Frank said, if you leave around 8 a.m., you should be back around 3 in the afternoon. So you will not have to worry about getting in after dark. Now if you break down, saddle one of the horses and head back here. The saddle is under front seat, just in case. We will send someone out to get the wagon and horse that is left. Don't worry about it. Things will happen. If it early enough you can go with them to get the wagon anyway. I said, okay. I was done eating by the time and went upstairs and went to bed. I was tired.